Welcome to round 3. We are on the play. Our opponent seems to have a companion and 61 cards in their deck. So, Karuga companion, 61 cards. I'm going to keep this hand versus a Karuga companion and 61 cards. I mean, double DRC lets us get off to a pretty fast start while they're playing Karuga. And then hopefully maybe the sync could be of value. Also, just like if they're playing a Cascade Mist list, maybe? I'm not really sure what Karuga plays these days. I haven't really seen a Karuga deck as of recent, to be honest. But nonetheless, we will continue. So they get a Triome. Alright. We go straight for a Surveil Land. Potential Leyline Binding here, I would assume. And they do Leyline Binding. Okay. They get one of our DRCs. We'll just grab a Sewers. Been a Fatal Push. Don't think that's going to be very useful versus Karuga. I'm going to Iteration here. I know it's a little bit aggressive to do so. Ooh, lucky though. Very lucky of us. We hit the Bauble. Wow, and Fawn. Oh, man. Is Fawn to Hand still better here? Fawn to Hand, Bauble to Exile? Just to have guaranteed Delirium as opposed to this double DRC? The other option is like bet on them not having anything super strong next turn. I mean, they could just have Flage. I assume they probably do play Flage. Then we probably want the second DRC. Maybe we just give up on the Fawn. Say DRC goes to Exile. This is a bit of an aggressive line, but I think that against the Karuga deck, you're often rewarded. I mean, if you can play things aggressively, you might be, wow. We kind of just got it all there also. Okay, please don't show Flage. All right, please don't have Flage. Please don't have Flage. We do get the Fawn off the top. Okay, that's not Flage. The hell? Okay. Not sure what to make of that, but we're going to upkeep Unholy Heat it. Get it out of there. Oh, is there a potential Endurance here? Oh, Solitude. So whenever you may... Was this... This was not... Was this off the top of their deck? I'm not sure if that was off the top of their deck. Well, let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 after 3 turns on... You know, that was not off the top of their deck. And we get to bin the land as a payoff for upkeeping the heat. And we draw a land. Alright, we weren't really paid off then, but you know. It's okay. We're doing alright here for ourselves. I'm gonna play the land out. I do recognize that there's value to holding lands these days with can't speak, with Psychic Frog, but there's also value if you draw Iteration or Cantrips, and the fact that we already have, you know, a couple 3-mana spells in hand, we might want to have that extra land in play for if we draw like a frog next turn or something. So option here to bounce the Binding, but the risk is they have another Solitude. It still seems like the right play to make. If they do have the Solitude, we can't really do much about it anyways. Like, bouncing it would buy us a turn, but not much more than that. This way, at least, if they... Oh, Subtlety. Interesting. Well, we can pierce this Binding on the way back down, so that actually works out okay for us. And then now if we find, with Preordain on top, if we find a Bolt or a Heat, we are in business. I think we got to top this iteration still. Oh man, now I wish we had just gotten rid of the iteration. So many looks towards a Bolt or a Heat, but I still think I'm gonna top it. I might just cast it, actually, is what I'm probably gonna do. Yeah, I like just casting it here. Bobble top is fine. Alright, we find the Heat. Alright, so we pick up game number 1. Our aggressive strategy kind of pays off there. So we saw the One Ring, we saw Binding, Consign to Memory is really great versus those. Invert Polarity seems good. I'm still going to assume they might have Flage, so I'm going to board in like at least 2 ways to answer Flage. I feel like they have to have Flage, actually. I should just board in all my ways to answer the Flage. And then we'll take out push, these bolts, take out a Murktide, take out 2 Heats. We need to cut more. I guess we'll cut 2 DRCs because we're not confident they have Flage. So yeah, let's just do that way. If they do show us Flage, for sure we'll take out the other DRCs. I think game 3. All right. I'm in for this hand. I mean, it's a little awkward. Like, we don't get to play the DRC out right away, but. Ooh. Actually, I think I will. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say maybe I'll bobble, but I think I'm okay. so they surveil. I guess Teferi is kind of scary here. They top a card, and it's a land. Alright, so they're short on lands in hand, is what that tells us. That is a little scary. I'm going to use the bauble now, just because I do think we want... Ooh, Endurance is good to know about. So they played the Misty. We want to hit a third land pretty badly. We do hit the third land. Do I want to run out the DRC kind of as bait? I don't hate that idea. Hoping to, like, get the Leyline Binding or something out of them, and then frog the following turn. Like, if they have Flage, for example, they might even tap out for Flage. Okay, so they fetched away the Endurance, they don't have it. And then we get to stick Frog while they're tapped out, and then we can hopefully protect Frog. They put a card on top, probably another land, if I had to guess. I guess this DRC doesn't even have Delirium, so maybe it's not that scary. Do they already have the Endurance? Yeah, they do. Okay. So, have to counterspell Endurance here. But this gives us Delirium, which is nice. We have to decide how comfortable we feel operating off of this many lands. I think we actually feel pretty comfortable. I'm okay topping the Frog. They have Veil, we have Pierce, so we're okay there. Or they have Pierce, we have Pierce, whatever. Dispute. Pierce. I still feel okay about the Frog, I think. Like, worst case, we could just ditch the frog, the second Frog to a Fawn, but in some spots we might just want to be having Frog into Frog. Boo! Flage sucks. Boo hiss. So we get down our Frog, and we have Consign to Memory if they have Leyline. We have Fawn. We can pitch cards if they go for Flage. We've got some moves here. We've got some moves. The Flage is still pretty scary, though, to be honest. I wish we had Surgical there. We could have Iterationed for Surgical. So, it's a little scary they're thinking about it, but I do kind of hope they don't play Flage, so that we can just Fawn and then, like, Iteration, hopefully find Surgical or Spellbomb. I think what they're thinking is if they play Flage, we can grow our Frog if they target it, and then we can jump it, making it, you know, guaranteed hit. And a card draw. But the Flage is still very scary and wins them the race a lot of the time here, so I wouldn't fault them for playing it out. They just go for endurance. Okay, so what we need to do is exile the cards we don't want to draw again, which I think would be DRC, Flooded Strand, Consign. Why is Spell Snare still on my deck against the Karuga opponent? Why do I still have Spell Snare versus the Karuga opponent? Okay. And I was like, oh yeah, did they have Flusterstorm here? No, they revealed Karuga. That did not process with me. I have not played against Karuga in a while. How many comments? How many people were commenting? They can't have Flusterstorm. They revealed Karuga. You idiot. All right. Let's discard and then get rid of that and that. All right. Oh, shit. I meant to discard another card. Well, that was useless. Okay. Iteration. Do they have Dispute here? They probably do. I just got tilted and now I'm playing bad. Oh, they have Dispute? Of course they do, because otherwise their play didn't make any sense. Alright. Alright. Refocus. We're still very much in this game. I would definitely say things are not looking as good as they looked a turn ago, thanks to a little bit of sloppiness. And they're stuck on 4 lands, so they couldn't even... Yeah. Okay. Actually, I was going to discard the Iteration, trade with the Endurance, and then just pass with Counterspell up was what I wanted to do. But instead I just let them bounce off with Endurance and then played Iteration into Dispute. I'm gonna go grab some water while they're thinking. Alright, so they end up going for this giant Death Touch monster. Oh, this is a different one. This is... Okay. Discard the Fawn this time. Whenever you cast... So, I think the mana value of an escaped card is... Actually, I'm not sure what it is, to be honest. Scion of Draco. Okay. Whenever you draw a card, gain 1 life, and put a counter on Helga. Okay. I guess I will counterspell before they draw. Oh, Leyland Binding. No? Scion of Draco. Okay. Very interesting deck. And then now it has Hexproof, Trample, and Vigilance. Okay. Now we can concede. I mean, these Fatal Pushes might actually be okay, and the Unholy Heats definitely are good. We know we can cut our DRCs now. I guess Unholy Heat's better. It kills Scion too. Alright, let's go with this. Give me a Frog Fawn hand. Please. Alright, well the Fawn's there. Will the Frog be there? Start right away with a bauble on ourselves. Oh my god, we didn't cut the freaking spell snares again. I got distracted, guys. I got distracted, I swear. I think Pierce is fine. Man. Oh, man. Bad look in this match. Need to refocus. Ooh, wow. Okay. But we found Frog. And we can have Fawn up. Now we're in business. All the way down to 14, though. They could have Solitude, but otherwise we should be covered here. I guess, actually, Shock Steam Vents is scary. If they Shock Steam Vents, we have to... Okay, they get the Thundering Falls. I was going to say, we'd have to seriously consider our options if they made that play. Okay, now we consider what we want to pitch. I could see arguments for Pierce or Preordain, primarily. We still don't know exactly what all the cards are in their deck. I kind of just want to pitch the Pierce, honestly. And then like Preordain for a removal spell next turn. Casting Iteration next turn feels a little... They might have Solitude even, so... If they have Solitude, we're not getting any advantage here. They should Solitude if they have it. I guess we can fake a Subtlety, but I mean... Okay. That's a bummer. I was pretty excited about that Frog. I think the Heat is actually worth topping in this spot. We've seen that they have a lot of those 3-drops, the Helga and the other one, whatever it's called, and just Scion of Draco potentially, so... Draw Karuga. Fair enough. Alright, counterspell to hand, Murktide Exile. Play Murktide. So it's a 6/6. We don't have Delirium anymore. Which is maybe a problem. But if we get to untap with this Solitude, or this counter spell, we should feel pretty good about that. They've already used a Leyline Binding, so hoping they don't have another. One Ring would also maybe be scary here. Helga. Alright, don't have... Maybe you cast a creature spell. Okay. Oh, this Preordain could be real good. Bottom. Fine. Alright, let's just go for the Surveil Land right away. With the hope being if we can bin an instant, we have Delirium. Alright, yeah. We'll bin that and shoot this Helga. And then we'll go in for 6. So it feels like they don't have an answer to the Murktide yet. Ooh, they top a card though. Easy counter spell on this Omnath. They do have Solitude. Okay. They do have to pitch Flage, so at least their hand is Karuga 1, unknown. Alright, I think we have to top at least the counter spell, maybe the Consign. We might be smart to bottom the Consign. No, I think we can top it. Let's top both. There's a bit of a risk, like if it doesn't line up the way we want it to. For example, if they played a Scion here, we're gonna regret the way we did this. Helga. So I guess have to counterspell, and we don't have an answer to the Karuga currently. Kind of punished. They don't play Karuga, which tells me they have something else. Ooh, wow. Invert Polarity, really good draw there. They've been Breeding Pool. So we can take our shot at stealing this One Ring, and if we win the flip, we probably win the game, but if we lose the flip, we very likely could be in trouble versus the Karuga. The other option is just to a clean counter on this One Ring with Fawn, I think. I think Consign is better because of the Scions. And then try to invert Polarity there, Karuga. Actually very close because of how good the One Ring is. I mean, it probably would immediately win us the game if we successfully win the flip. Winning the flip on the Karuga probably also wins us the game, to be fair. I think it's just Fawn here. It's really tempting to invert Polarity there, but because we don't have an answer to the Karuga, I'm hesitant to do so. This will be the last land I play out. Or actually, well, a fetch could get us a surveil, so never mind. But the last non-surveil I'll play out. Man, I don't know. I mean, we could end up regretting it. It could have been a good play. Could have not been, maybe. I'm not sure. Oof, endurance. Endurance makes Murktide a worse draw. We only have, I think, one Murktide in our deck. And then the other question is, like, can we even beat the Endurance straight up? Now I wish we had just taken the stupid, tried to shoot our shot on the One Ring, right? I think we have to polarity this. Alright, we lost the flip anyways. Man. Alright, we're drawing lands. I keep passing, so I don't know, do they have like Solitude, another Endurance? Ooh, wow, Iteration is quite the draw though, no matter what they have. Sink to hand, Frog to play, Shock. Play Frog. Shock being awkward with wanting Frog to be big, but I mean, oh man, maybe they have Solitude here? Leyline Binding. We can consign that to memory. And we'll replicate. Just to be sure they can't like dispute us here. Now it does stay in play for Karuga, but they only get one. They get one card off the Karuga, and then we can jump our Frog and start to pull away with the game a little bit if they don't have another answer for this Frog. Karuga. All right, it is Karuga. Do we ditch the sink here? It's the question. One of the questions, I guess. I think it's good. It's like an This doesn't have reach, right? Yeah. All right. Ooh, wow. Unholy Heat is a great draw. I'm gonna continue to. I'm gonna wait before deciding on that. I guess the punish is if they find... Wait, do we even have Delirium? We don't, because I exiled all of the lands like an absolute idiot. Okay. Playing like a baboon. Let's bounce that back to hand. So we could surgical the Omnath. And then this fetch. Okay, wait, so we don't have Delirium, right? Because we have 3 card types. The question is, do we play another Frog or do we draw step surgical Omnath? Playing another Frog seems pretty good still. Who knows? Maybe we hit a fetch land here. We hit the literal dead card spell snare troll. That's pretty funny. Spell snare does actual. It discards here. It's good. It's a good card to discard the psychic frog. Look at that. Sink into Sapor and then surgical the Omnath? Who am I? Who am I? No, I mean, it's not, certainly not over yet. If I had left myself a Delirium, I think it would have been over, but... Oh, wow. Okay. Dispute. So they get to keep the Omnath. We have lethal if we just discard our hand. That's gotta feel a bit risky. I guess we can decide after blocks. I think I'm okay discarding my hand here. If they have to Solitude us, that's okay. We still have lethal the following turn then, right? Okay, we win. Yeah, it didn't really feel like they had something there. Like, the right time to have done it would have been on their draw step or on their turn, not letting us untap. Ah, they had 2 guild packs. Yep, yeah. Not free to play those. GG's. We did not play that perfectly, to be honest, but I think we did a good job of recovering when we made mistakes, and now we're 3-0 in the challenge. All right, I'll see you guys in the next round.